very, very defensive and going heavy gateway units. Meanwhile, more and more Hydras streaming out for Kotlz here, but he is bringing on that Spire. He did see that robotics going up with that good scouting, so he's got to be wondering whether he's going to have to be facing Colossi soon. So it's good insurance policy getting that Spire out early.
He's got a lot of Zerglings queued up now, at least 20 now just hitting the field. So it looks like he's going to try and take it out really quickly. I don't know though, because there's a lot of these photon cannons, and if he engages there, that is a huge bonus to Legionnaire. So Legionnaire's got this nice choke, and of course he's got this expansion which is helping him keep up with the Zerg players' macro. So it looks like Legionnaire is choosing not to stay at his base at home with his cannons. He's going to move out with these forces. We'll have to see how that works out, because he could get the surround with these Zerglings if he's not careful.
Yeah, nice use of Kotlz there of the Overseer, gacking the robotics facility, really afraid of Colossi coming out. But Legionnaire overextending a little bit here, tons and tons of Zerglings coming out, trying to pick on these, forced to force field a few of them off, and that was really unfortunate for Legionnaire, because he was thinking that he was in a stronger position than he actually was, and this sheer number of Zerg units fighting on these creep where these Hydras are so devastating was not what he wants to do. Looking like he's trying to take the creep free option. He's taking the high road while Kotlz is falling back on the low road here, but he does snipe another Overlord, just being a little bit pesky there and really trying to slow down Kotlz production just a little bit, while we do see a bunch of mutas coming onto the field, already flying out, looking like they've got their eyes on some sweet harassment, while we do see that robotics bay finally warping in here, which is going to be able to do so much damage to those Hydras if we see Colossi on the field. But we've already got a bunch of Mutalisks taking out this probe that was probably thinking about an expansion, but we are seeing Kotlz taking the gold expansion right here, and he is harassing right now, flying into the base, forcing Legionnaire to bring his Stalkers back, and these Stalkers really going to deter this, especially the Sentries. The Sentries with their rate of fire do good damage to Mutas, but has pulled a bunch of Legionnaire's forces off the front of the door while Kotlz is moving out the front here. So looking like we're going to see an engagement as these forces come through, and these Zerglings closing in on Legionnaire. Force fields going off all over the shop, and Kotlz pulls back. So that's a bit surprising. I thought Kotlz was going to definitely commit there, but no, looking like he just went in, saw all the force fields go off, and he's pulling back.
The problem that Legionnaire has right now is if Kotlz goes around the back door, he might not have enough to warp in to save it. He's wisely putting a couple photon cannons in his mineral line, even if it is about to be mined out in a few more minutes. But he's now going to town on that warp gate. He actually gets the pylon and depowers 2 warp gates. That's a huge deal there. And the upgrade there for the Twilight Council, so no blink just yet. That's a huge win as these Stalkers are now engaging down the bottom.
Yeah, surround coming off on those Stalkers, force fields coming out to protect them, but now the Mutalisks are joining in the fight. Legionnaire trying to back and forth with Micro here, pulling back with these Hydras with that huge attack rate, just ripping through these Stalkers, and it's completely thinned down Legionnaire's army. Legionnaire is in huge problems. He has a bunch of unspent minerals though. He can really bring online units really quickly, whereas Kotlz is spending a little bit more effectively than Legionnaire. A little bit uncharacteristic there, but he did have that gateway, 2 gateways come unpowered, which has slowed him right down, and Kotlz is realizing that he's in a strong position. He's pushing forward. These cannons is basically the last line of defense here, while these Stalkers pulling back, cannons going down, more units streaming in. The Zergling production button is being hidden by Kotlz, bringing in more Zerglings, more Mutalisks, and right now Legionnaire is in dire shape, and it looks like this natural expansion is going to go down. The last of Legionnaire's forces going down. The only thing keeping in this is this Nexus and this wall of force fields going down. These Hydras coming in to have snacks on probes, and Legionnaire calls GG. So Kotlz goes 1 game up on Legionnaire.
Great play by Kotlz with the Mutalisk to take down that gateway. It really helped him with the reinforcements there to stop Legionnaire's reinforcements, and the Hydras just ripped through those warp gate units. So great play by Kotlz.
Yep, this is 1-0 to Kotlz in this best of 3. So let's go to game 2.